Guy used to be into the Islam. Hold on.
Allah damn, I must say her name in vain. Taught to love, hate to see only my people in pain. Minds warped and brain lost and watch. Sons of God still hang on trees, but black Jesus hung on a cross. Watching them stagger with anger through the thoughtless forest. Wearing black to bury, but called black is lawless. The only race human. We were the green and blue men with more science, ancient solutions. Uplift and fall, calling for the end of confusion. But damnation loves the hologram, show illusion. Trick and bamboozled as always and forever. Damnation needs to learn a new measure. Aggressor or intelligent tone beats a many time cousin. They expect the nigga antics, the yelling and cussing. Turban of fez turns heads of fez to dashboard computers. So I told them leave the Moors alone to crown prosecutors. Some listen, some turn to kill the who's not a more sharpshooter. Wards of the crown, civil litter. More tooth pocket looters. Lions conquer cause their pride and courage is neuter. Turn the face of damnation.
That's not true. My rating doesn't here in the church. I'm sorry. Guy used to be into the Islam. Hold on.
It's crazy how the politics can't call it quits. Scrapping excursions of perversion just to call they bids. Now this one for the snorting all the base kids. They got a whole lot of wordplay to make you sick. Make you post it just to throw it in your face. Take six, it's all games cause these corporates trying to sell you tricks. And ain't no excuse for the losing boys. This funnel vision stardust and this comment straight. Shoot a boy to make sure you would take her. You're feeding off of damnation just so you can hate her. She can never be the reason you would trade her. Boys tell her all the lies just to open up her thighs and try to break her instead of open up her eyes and try to wake her. Impossible, cause all you try to do is let this paper cater to her feelings and blind her like a savior. When you picture you a painter, but all the bets are trying to wager. This be I only give you what you can have later.
Going back, not forward, living for the youth. Measure up the truth, back to this constitutional fold.
Turn the face of damnation.
That's not true. My rating doesn't here in the church. I'm sorry. Guy used to be into the Islam. Hold on.
All aboard, all in. Hands up, all for one, one for all. Man up, damnation like to make excuses like their hands cupped. Usually in the cookie jars where their hands stuck. Always pointing fingers on what we do. Why you mad at us? Lead them to the water, make them drink. Still mad as well. Took the pill, wasn't ready. What you think? Back on luck, resorting to your corporate ways. Think you made an honest buck. Look at all the things you say. Lets me know your life sucks. Regret choices every day. Why bother waking up? Damnation always sees the half empty of the cup. Higher self eventually fades to obscurity. Lower self raises up. Run into the church, worship him, but they praising us. Empty out your purse, sing a hymn. In God you trust. Blood of Christ wash away your sins. So what's the fuss when you can run to us? Why you acting sus? You were agent, I still ride the back of the bus. Blood hits the pavement, politician gets his cut. Mental enslavement, static connect, breaking up.
Turn the face of damnation.
That's not true. My rating doesn't here in the church. I'm sorry. Guy used to be into the Islam. Hold on.
Not civilly more tools. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. You play PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation. Full life, not civilly more tools. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. You play PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation.
How I'm living? Don't even ask. What I was given to complete my task. I'm moving slow, but my mind's moving fast. Wanna master ebb and flow, future, present, and the past. They say you don't need to know Allah's wisdom is too vast. Nothing to show, they wanna see what's in the stash. Can't see my growth while I've been wearing all these masks. Wanna hear a quote? first shall be last. Consider us the ghost, true leader, watch the path. Hope you taking notes, we do it on behalf. Don't need a vote, confidence is what I have. Chakras in my throat, express, perfect the craft. Wanna rock the boat, trying to stir up his wrath. Everything they wrote, not true, you do the math. Huh? What? You do the math. Everything they wrote, not true, you do the math.
In full life, not civilly, more twos. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. You play PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying anime. In full life, not civilly, more twos. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. You playing PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation.
Some are living in color, like the Wayans brothers. I'm living stress-free and stay giving to others. Karmic credit abundant, only dead in my life, minus degree weather in winter days and nights. I'm living prophecy, Moors with eyes wide open. Carry out the prophet's law by seeing and knowing. Man knows not by being told, I stay showing. Living by example, ancestors live through candles and drink good. Shrine cups stay empty. I'm living what I study, but not what ones tell me. Willing, able, and ready. I live sturdy and steady, walking the path of life with a hero medley. Ancestral forces protecting my steps. Live life every day full, it's like there's no more left. Living it right, not wrong, in higher self, not lower self. With one life to live, you owe yourself.
In full life, not civilly, more twos. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. You play PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying anime. In full life, not civilly, more twos. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. You playing PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation.
El Bay, proper person, that's full life, baby. El Meridian's the camp and I stand first lady. Hey, they will label me crazy, cause I had the baby. Refused to give him vaccines, maybe. I've been reading up on crack fiends lately. Don't blame me, cause the times are up on us to take back ownership of land. Who own us? Nobody. No more, you've been knocking on the wrong door. And you rocking with the wrong core. Revisit info, reliving what's more. Ish, square and compass, my forfeit. Black and white portraits remind me of why I never forfeit. Ancestors, not corpses. Third eye open, looking further than the culprits. Tried to perpetuate on pulpits. I'm bringing back the postscript. Prophet Juwali never forced it.
In full life, not civilly, more twos. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. You play PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying anime. In full life, not civilly, more twos. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. You playing PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation.
Breath and thought? Why not? Psylocke, psilocybin till he gets homie bop, my sock. So smooth the way this beat that I rock. American, not from Plymouth stock. Who is he that gave the key that fits the locks? We call him Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali. Gave us the tools to help us set our minds free. From New Orleans, Mexico to Mali. He's that water in that deadly raw heat. Quench a nation, no small feat. No Euro step, no floor squeak. No disrespect to the Morris Work Peak. Full crowd pack stands, sold out floor seats. Go for no less than 50K. 2 right, 5 left, don't deliberate. You know we come to liberate.
In full life, not civilly, more twos. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. You play PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying anime. In full life, not civilly, more twos. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. You playing PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation.
Try walk in my shoes and see where the journey go. You talk too rude, it's better you learn to us. This mind too cool and I feel like to turn it up. The beats just dropped, the lyrics will burn it up. I'm tied to the land like road, flag red like rose. With a green 5-star, I demand my goals. Eyes open, never find them closed. Higher self, well spoken, what my mind exposed. Living with battle scars, I don't lie about those. I'm a rebel with a cause, catch me flying by slow. Hear me level with the gods, overstand my flow. On the square with the laws, yeah, the wise man knows. To challenge jurisdiction, putting up strong resistance. The revolution here, we refuse to be the victims. Navigating L's, travel and go the distance. I am my ancestors without doubts or contradiction.
In full life, not civilly, more twos. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. You play PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying anime. In full life, not civilly, more twos. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements. You playing PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation. Not living cause my heart beating. Existing for a law beating. Man, status first, territorial next. It's not hard, don't make it complex. Man, not living cause my heart beating. Assisting for a law beating. Man, status first, territorial next. It's not hard, don't make it complex. Man.
Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Movement so alive, dead status can't touch this. People getting mad, we giving them more truth. Look at my face if you really need more proof. Philly to yo, I'm still at home. Northwest and Mexum, the land I know. When y'all soon and she opened up the booth, stepped inside, dropped a little more
In
truth.
full life, not civilly more tools. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements, we play PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying anime. In full life, not civilly more tools. Get vexation when I'm digging up more proof. MD&N movements, we play PlayStation. Real, unreal, staying animation.
You know Shinobi had to hop in the booth, scoring 3 points. I got 23 on my shoe. I'm spitting if I'm in the booth. You know I'm sharp like a 2. They always laughing, but I know that I got nothing to lose. 5 principles, you know what they are. Love, peace, truth, freedom, and justice. No, these haters can't touch us. All these lame ass niggas got me feeling too nauseous. Round me better be cautious, cause you know that I kill shit.
Pita, 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 pata. Step up to the plate, get time the next batter. Kundalini rising as the beat gets fatter. Watch me silent as the critics shoot up all them chatter. More bringing the peace, one mum got them scatter. You them standing on the square, I'm in a circle on the scatter. More spitting out truth.
Initiation, meditate, divine rituals. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. One nation, one God, indivisible. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. Initiation, meditate, divine rituals. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. One nation, one God, indivisible. Yo, bringing forth light through the dark. That's the first thing that Drew Ali taught. You're a divine being, can't be sold, no be bought. Like a star, all caps like a corporation. You're a star off the charts from the constellations. This is serious, B. You gotta save a nation, no procrastination. Pick up the GS and Tashtoriku teaches. Knowledge is self, not paperwork gon' free us. Rahul Nefer, I'm in the real metal, little purist. And a email bait, one of the truest to ever do this. Middle finger to you conscious fucks that turn Judas. Criminal minded, took a lifetime to cure this. The lies of my eye, that's what the wisdom of the womb is. The wisdom of the womb is what the ultimate truth is. Horus watching your actions, don't care who you this. Manetta is peace, Islam like a Buddhist.
10 lies, 5 principles to eliminate the flaws. Align the individual. This is effect of the cause. Complex but so simple. Take a pause, take in the instrumental. Things coincide, nothing coincidental. No mistakes, nothing accidental. Occupy the space, we call it the temple. Open up the safe, give them what's essential. If they violate, fingernails and the dentals ain't leaving no trace. Elements are fundamentals.
Alright.
By 10 laws, 5 principles. Initiation, meditate, divine rituals. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. One nation, one God, indivisible. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. Initiation, meditate, divine rituals. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. One nation, one God, indivisible. Yo, bringing forth light through the dark. That's the first thing that Drew Ali taught. You're a divine being, can't be sold, no be bought. Like a star, all caps like a corporation. You're a star off the charts from the constellations. This is serious, B. You gotta save a nation, no procrastination. Pick up the GS and Tashtoriku teaches. Knowledge is yourself, now paperwork gon' free us. Rockin' that for I'm in the real metal little purist. And a email bait, one of the truest to ever do this. Middle finger to you conscious fucks that turn Judas. Criminal minded, took a lifetime to cure this. The lies of my eye, that's what the wisdom of the womb is. The wisdom of the womb is what the ultimate truth is. Horus watching your actions, don't care who knew this. Manetta is peace, Islam like a Buddhist.
10 laws, 5 principles to eliminate the flaws. Align the individual. This is effect of the cause. Complex but so simple. Take a pause, take in the instrumental. Things coincide, nothing coincidental. No mistakes, nothing accidental. Occupy the space, we call it the temple. Open up the safe, give them what's essential. If they violate, fingernails and the dentals ain't leaving no trace. Elements are fundamentals. Apply the law of attraction. What you do has an opposite or equal reaction. The end set, plans ain't shit without actions.
5 principles, these articles, really outstanding, laws cancelable, immutable, and all constitutional by law. These laws civil, 5 principles, 10 articles, enforceable, it's official, so official, and all constitutional by law. Single prints, my seal be my thumb fingerprint. Red ink stamp, shut down the Big Bang. 10 plus 7 articles, that's it, man. A dumb don't get it, the sun gon' set, gon' be a big bang. I'm more beautiful, that's a good thing. God has a trust, y'all want a buck? Call for some red shoes, y'all want a blessed fool with a hood wing. Make your skin chubby leather, trying to be something you can never. Black's dead necro, I'm a full of life spectrum. Whistleblower, loud of prana, that before the sauna. You're not a man, you an iguana. We said we're not in Africa, look up, Gonzwana. But dunce wanna cuss, let them go on, y'all. Learn your unalienables. Tell you more, but it's unbelievable.
We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. Initiation, meditate, divine rituals. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. One nation, one God, indivisible. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. Initiation, meditate, divine rituals. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. One nation, one God, indivisible.
Principles, get your conduct straight, crocodile back. Divine law violators won't give a smile back, much less a nod. When I hail up, they screw face up. So dead like Harvey has their 2 faces up. Trust less, cause trust more is left for worthy. No principles but justice, Furthermore, that's dirty. Planes correspond from matter to energy. Swimming in the sub-realms for mental and spirit affinity. Vibrate and cause light and heat magneticity. From the lower mind to the higher mind, breast simplicity. The rules, the capacity for pain and pleasure is so balanced. You can cause an imbalance, never. Y'all taking chances on rappers. I move with law and order. Outside and independent of all is chaos, disorder. Cause the root of everything that happens or doesn't. Deny an effect means the law is repugnant. Elevation stunted, even drunk or blunted. Will have you misdirected by the false pundits. Trying to hit a grand slam when you should have bunted. Spiritual abundance keeps demons dungeon.
Yeah, spooky shit's not mystical. The boogeyman you fear is invisible. The cookie that you smoke's not original. The pussy said the stroking is minuscule. The God in the flesh, indivisible for now. That's why it's called individual. Can't divide it through and disguise a criminal. Y'all about, but I'm cynical. Invincible among bare minimals. Maximizing 10 laws, 5 principles. That's the guy that comes with no shittable, no fucks. Facts around facts, centrifugal. Mass reach a critical. Peeling the pineal, back reach the pinnacle. Sealing the deal with no ceiling, no flow. While I ridicule the charming snakes that limit you and christen you.
We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. Initiation, meditate, divine rituals. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. One nation, one God, indivisible. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. Initiation, meditate, divine rituals. We live by 10 laws, 5 principles. One nation, one God, indivisible.
Real shit though. It's Black History Month like a motherfucker. Let's go.
I came on first, man.
Yeah. Black History Month.
We got to change the name though. Black Hebrew Month. Oh!
What we say we believe. And so through the course of time, as I began to develop my understanding, I became pretty affluent within the Hebrew Israelite community that I was attached to, and became a quote-unquote teacher, or as they call it in Hebrew, a moreh. And just listen to that word itself, moreh, lets you know that there's something Moorish about it. So, didn't know that at the time until later on. So, to fast forward, I stayed in that for a few years. And all of a sudden, that same feeling that I had when I was in Christianity started bubbling up within my spirit again. And I was like, well, what's going on now? It's always something, always something going on. Either I got the truth, which I thought I did have the total package, that there's nothing else. I have arrived. There's nothing else that I need to know. I just need to grow in this right here, because I know that the kingdom of Yah is going to come back once again and restore his people, the lost tribes of Israel. That was my thinking. And I was good with that. I was fine with it. And oh, by the way, before I go on, just for the record, I just want to present to the people my nationality card. I'm bringing it close here. I do have a nationality. I do have paperwork that supports this. Also, for you Hebrews that know Hebrew, this is my Isha. This is my wife. Her nationality card. Okay? We filed our paperwork, and it's on the record. So I just wanted to qualify that before I go on, just to let everyone know that we do have a nationality, and we have proclaimed that nationality, and we walk actively within that. But anyway, going forward, as I got this feeling of something is not right, I started seeing contradictions within the scriptures, and I started seeing that, this so-called loving God that we serve was pretty angry. And really, taking folk out, taking babies out, taking, women, allowing certain things to happen, and it seemed like there's no judgment being brought forth to the ones that are actually perpetrating the, all of the atrocities. And so, as I began to look at these things, I was like, well, that they're, I was making justifications for all of these atrocities that were happening to people in other nations and what have you, just to fit my own paradigm as a Hebrew. Well, God hates sin. Yahweh hates sin. And if there's sin in the camp, he's going to take you out. All these different rationales went in my mind. But as I began to seek more and more, like I mentioned earlier, Taj Tariq Bey's videos started coming back to me. And so I went on YouTube and I began to type in some things there, and I got some of Taj's videos and I began to study them. And at first I was like, this is kind of off of my beaten path because of my persuasion and my beliefs. Here I am calling on Yod Wahe, and now they're saying Allah. Now to me that's blasphemy at the time. So I can't call on another deity, because Yah says that he is Yah and he changes not. and that you to serve him and him alone, and any other deity. Don't even let the names of those deities come out of your mouth. That was my teaching. And so as I began to examine more and more, I realized that I don't understand what I think I understand. And here's another book that I knew about, but I never did read. Didn't know much about it. The Septuagint, or the Septuaginta, which is the first Bibles. So all these things started coming to me, and I'm looking at this. I said, well, if this is the first Bible, where did this come from? And as I began to search more and more, realized that it came from the Book of the Dead. And that really sent me off the deep end, because the Book of the Dead, because we were coming against the Comedian brothers. You were saying to the Comedian brothers, nah, you guys are far out there. You guys don't understand that we are the true Israelites, and you guys, we took you guys out. We destroyed Egypt. I was saying all these different things and realized that 85 to 90% of the book of Psalms and Proverbs came from the Book of the Dead. Came from the writings from Kemet. And I was like, oh my goodness, what have I fallen into now? And so, as I began to study more, the fear of stepping out there and looking into these things began to dissipate. And I knew I was going to get some backlash from my Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. But at that point in time, I didn't care. I just wanted the truth of who and what I really am. And I began to listen to Brother Taj, and as he talked about the principles of civilization. And when you begin to understand the principles of civilization, then you'll understand that all of these arguments that men make through beliefism has nothing to do with true religion. Because true religion actually binds you back to the cosmos, to the metaneters, or to nature, and makes you one with the Creator, whomever you may call him. Allah, Yahweh, Shiva, whomever. And once you begin to understand that it's all about bloodline, and that we are all the same people, then the argument is settled. Because what I'm going to show tonight, some of the documents that I do have, I'm going to read to you. And I want you Hebrew Israelites to really hear and understand that you don't have to be afraid to step out and learn of your nationality. You have a birthright. You were born out of a womb. You were not born a Hebrew Israelite. I say that again. You were not born a Hebrew Israelite. You were born a Moor. And I know many of you out there listening, you was like, well, Moor, what does Moor mean? Well, Moor just simply means any dark-skinned individual, especially that of African descent or the Negro. You are classified right now as Negro. You are classified as black. You are classified as African American. So if you're classified as that, then that puts you, or that qualifies you to be a Moor, based on definition. We are the same people. Make no mistake about it. And when you understand that we are the same people, then the arguments and the silly, going back and forth debating about issues that we shouldn't really be debating about, it's already settled. And I'm going to deal real quick with some blood issues, some DNA. Because DNA pretty much trumps everything. I want to share a little bit about the E1, B1 markers. The E1, B1 markers. Now,
deep with the fucking you get deep with it.
You a Hebrew?
Yeah, we
I'm a
all
Moor. Ooh, I'm a Moor.
But the crazy part
First name.
Black history.
we got to change the name though.
Black history.
Black Hebrew Month. Oh!
Deep with the fucking you get deep with it.
You a Hebrew?
Yeah, we
I'm a
all
Moor. Ooh, I'm a Moor.
But the crazy part about it branches off, so
you get deep with it.
You a Hebrew?
yeah, we
I'm a
all
Moor. Ooh, I'm a Moor.
But the crazy part about it branches off, so
It don't.
it's all good.
I don't even want to say that.
It's all good.
When the white people pulled up over here, it was some niggas already over here.
Over here.
I'm with them. Whatever they was called.
They came before Columbus. Get that book.
Hey,
They came, yep, they called the natives.
Go here with the Olmec.
My auntie them.
You an Olmec?
We was gonna milk in.
Oh, shut your ass up.
Olmec, man.
He an Olmec.
You Olmec? Yeah. With the heads and shit. The head braids sometimes. And with the big noses,
I took it back
The
then.
Olmec, son.
See,
They had the big noses like that. They had those statues like.
Bro, no, they look like
We was here first.
they look like Forrest Whitaker.
You know what I'm saying? Like this.
And they had the James Evans nose.
James Evans, Florida.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
That's man. See.
Who are the Olmecs? This been a question many scientists, scholars, archaeologists have been attempting to answer.
Can't make this up. Too much. Too much. It's left all the words. I guess they needed that break. Yeah, you really thought you're just gonna say stuff, 80 million viewer people, and we're not gonna. You really thought you got away. Got him.
For generations. What we do know, the Olmecs themselves are considered the first civilization of the Americas, dating back to about 2,500 years ago. What we also know is that the Olmecs themselves never had a written history. They never wrote anything themselves. Everything that we're gathering, all the information that we're gathering, is information gathered from excavation sites on the ground, other cultures that neighbored them. But we also see that the Olmec civilization was a multicultural civilization. And you can see traces of all people, indigenous, Native Americans, to Africans, through what? Through artifacts found. African artifacts, Egyptian artifacts, words written on temples that trace back to Africa itself, but it also traced to other groups of people. So that's a very dynamic question. You would say that their society may have been the first multi-dimensional or racial society on this side of the planet. When you analyze the data, because that's all we have, and you start to look at the characteristic, such as the Olmec statues, the large heads that everybody is so familiar with, famous. What scholars have done have looked at the type of headdress that's on the Olmec heads themselves. And they have seen the same characteristics of these so-called helmets or headwear to be a kinship with the ancient Egyptians, with the ancient Phoenicians. And if we know anything about the Phoenicians, we understand that the Phoenicians were seafaring people themselves. We also see records produced that during the time of certain Egyptian dynasties, that they were referred to themselves as a great seafaring people by Greek scholars. So why would Greek scholars place such a high title on a group of people if they were not venturing off into the sea? So when we look at this and we take a clear analysis of it, we're not taking away that that culture could also be or belong to other groups in the region. What we're saying is that there's an African footprint in this culture, in this civilization. Like I referred to, artifacts. See, it's different from when people can place something there. But when you're there digging up the earth and you find an Egyptian artifact, you must wonder, why is an Egyptian artifact dating to the period of 900 BC doing in Mexico? So all these things make it relevant to say that there is a great probability that a portion of the Olmec society were of so-called African descent. Or if you want to go even further, to the people of Mali, the people of Kush, the people of Egypt, and Phoenicians, all Afrocentric based societies. And I'm using that term very loosely. Yes, we can tie ourselves back to all these people. When we look and investigate people through DNA, we find where they came from, who they are. Ham had 4 sons: Canaan, Cush, Mizraim, and Put. And when we look at the history of these people, we understand that Cush, or the Cushites, inhabited East Africa, ancient Abyssinia, in which many Hebrews today trace themselves to. We know that Mizraim and his descendants inhabited Egypt. We know that Put inhabited what we call today modern Libya, or Libyans. And then we understand Canaan, the land of Canaan, in which we have a history and a written history that tells us that the Canaanites themselves traveled from the land of Canaan into Africa on a constant basis. All these people come from the same source. They come from Ham. And we know that Ham, his grandfather is Noah. And when we look into the history of Noah, Noah goes back to a group of people. And then we can trace these people back to where they came from, what they practiced, even down to their diets. So yes, we're all related.
See, we're gonna be real black this episode. We want to be extra black. I'm talking about Buddha. This how black I want this episode.
I'm talking about Buddha.
Buddha
With the twist.
Buddha
is black in Japan with twists.
He is.
Yes.
For real.
They trying to say it's some snails. What? Bantu night.
Even in Florida.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Man.
See, we're gonna be real black this episode. We want to be extra black. I'm talking about Buddha. This how black I want this episode.
I'm talking about Buddha. With the twist. Buddha is black in Japan with twists.
He is.
Yes.
For real.
They trying to say it's some snails. What? Bantu night.
Bantu knots, did they say? Bantu knots, did they say?
Now let's go to Dr. Ben's book, Africa, Mother of Western Civilization, and go to page 480. It reads, It must be remembered that the father of European history, Herodotus, described the originators of the mysteries system as being similar to any of the people called Negroes in the United States of America, or Bantus in the African continent. Even those later on called Moors fit this description. Now this is extremely interesting. Dr. Ben states that even the father of European history says the originators of the mysteries system are similar to the people called Negroes in the United States of America, or Bantus in the African continent. Even those later on called Moors. Bantus are Moors? That falls in line with what this African scholar was saying in this interview.
Seven different groups, which are called subculture groups, and Europeans call them tribes, have the same linkage. They come from the same ancestor. You could link them actually, just like I tried to show in the article about ancient Ingana. If you could see in ancient Ingana, all the so-called tribes, most of them can be traced back to the connection between the Moors and the Hausas. To be sincere with you, the Moors identify themselves, first of all, as Bantu Ethiopians. The Moors identify themselves first of all, as Bantu Ethiopians. The Moors identify themselves, first of all, as Bantu Ethiopians. And secondly, the Moors are dispersed group of Azanians. They are found in Ethiopia, if you want it that way. They are found in Ethiopia. They are also found in Nubia. They are also found in Ngana today. Some of them may even be found as far south as Ngangula province. But the Moors, if you study their history very closely, they are mentioned also in the biblical narrative. They are actually in the biblical narrative referred to as Moabites. They were the inhabitants of Canaan.
So, Dr. Ben just said that Negroes of the United States of America, Bantus of Africa, and Moors are all the same people, which
even in India with their gods, the blue, it means it's black. They just painted it blue, but they so dark, they're blue. But they're all black. The Indian gods are black. Vishnu, all that shit.
Gilgamesh?
Not Gilgamesh, man. This is real shit. Yes, sir. He black. Dangerous place.
Noble Ali's mission is to restore the consciousness, to destroy the mysticism and what is known as mental slavery. He brought back a lot of the ancient lessons from our ancient forefathers, which Europeans also get in their secret societies, listed under a pseudonym of Levi, of Europeans, Masons, etc., and it's called the Aquarian Gospel. That's a fan book that they use to get some of the ancient esoteric teachings from ancient Hindustan, i.e., from which the so-called Jews actually get their philosophy, from the Brahma of the Mauryan dynasty, Nanda and Gupta dynasties, up in Peru. Up in Peru, that people call Hindustan, that now they call India. And when you go into their anthropological records, and they will tell you themselves, they are Moors. And this is where they get the term Indian, when they started calling us Indians, when they thought they were going to take over this gold and spice trade, trying to get to Hindustan. And actually, Pedro the Moor took them to the Atlantis Islands, and they saw the culture of the people, and they saw statues with feathers on, with old, big, cut rock statues with feathers on, and they called us Indians on this side because they thought they reached India. But actually, we are what? The same people, but we're Moors. And actually, there is no India. That's Hindustan. And its ancient name is Pero. And the ancient, the Hindustani will tell you, when you present the argument in them, to them, that they know that the Europeans call them Indians too, but they are not Indians, just like we're not Indians. They're Hindustani. And their ancient name is Moors, Mohammedans, i.e. Pero, and that the Moors changed the name about a couple thousand years ago. And that's Pero, etc., etc. And that's where you get the yoga philosophy, hatha yoga and other forms of philosophy that people call today metaphysics, which the ancient ones call actually I, self, law, and master, which is the real science of Islam versus the ritualistic forms that are given to people in these days.
And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Everywhere, man. You know who else we can't forget about? It's in my genes. It's in my ancestry. The Maroons!
Yeah! That's right. Right?
Hey,
Maroons,
the Caribbean.
You know what time it is. Yeah, you found out you yeah.
The Moors been trying to tell you. Green card. There you go. There you go. Being white is about status, not color. Being white is about status, not a 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 color. Now, this is not Nick Cannon, or this is not Jay-Z with his Nation of Gods and Earth's pendant and all that. This is not those guys, because they should be talking just like this. How come they're not talking like this? How come they're not talking like this? He's as big as them. They might have millions or whatever, but music, you can go song for song. They play a song, he play a song. They play a song, he play a song. So don't get it messed up that this is a novice or something like that. This is not a nobody in the reggae world. This is somebody prominent in the reggae world. And he's telling you that Moore's been telling you? So hold on a second. So if he's telling you that Moore's been telling you, then that means people, they've known what's up. They just find out. They've been knowing what's up. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, this is Black History.
Ever since, man, I know they took you in with open arms.
Listen,
right?
I can't wait till this virus shit come and get the fuck on so I can really go touch my people.
Where you going?
I'm going down to Jamaica.
For real?
Yeah.
She found out. Show.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, he was there.
Man, me and Chico had a show on Nigeria Independence Day, and they fucking adopted us, and they made us take a picture with a big ass Nigerian flag.
What's up?
We in there.
You are Nigerian yourself.
Everybody in here Nigerian.
Oh, fuck yeah, you are.
Right.
Even if I'm not, when I go to Nigeria, guess what I'm gonna be? What? Nigerian motherfucker.
Significance of red cap in Igbo culture. The red cap worn by chiefs in Igbo land symbolizes authority, tradition, and culture, and it also represents the entire institution of leadership, authority, and power in Igbo culture. Putting on the red cap is not an all-comers affair in Igbo land, as there are always...
You can't make this up. Remember they're talking about Forrest Whitaker? You can't make this. We can't make this up, huh? You can't make this up.
Select number of individuals who are entitled to wear this special cap, especially with eagle feather, which in its own right signifies prominence. When one has been conferred a chieftaincy title in Igbo land, it is proper that he must wear the red cap when making appearances in formal traditional events or ceremonies, or when he plays a formal traditional role in his family, clan, or community. The wearers of the Igbo red cap are usually men who have fulfilled certain obligations and maintain the standards laid down in their various communities. They are recognized in the different communities in Igbo land by names such as Nzes, Ichies, Ozos, Ogbuefis, and others, who are not expected to misrepresent, cheat, or enroll in any project that can lead the traditional formation into disrepute. Although it has become common practice nowadays, especially in large communities outside the Igbo land, to see a lot of Igbo men indiscriminately putting on the Igbo traditional red cap without fulfilling the conditions and earning the entitlement to do so. Custodians of the custom and stockholders are bemoaning the planned and continuous misuse of the Igbo cap and the whole Igbo chieftaincy formation in common. Nwosu Ibe, the Ezendibo of Abuja, once said that the Igbo cap was not allowed to be worn by anyone, noticing that it should only be worn by those people who were permitted by the fellowship to put it on. He stressed that the right to put on the Igbo cap was usually granted in the identification of one's contribution to the socio-financial evolution of a community. In Igbo land, there are some achievements or deeds that will certify one to put on the Igbo cap. It is not for everybody, Mr. Ibe said. We have customary rulers in Igbo land and same customary rulers in the diaspora too. Wherever you reside, if you are doing things that impact on the people's life or living an illustrative living, you will recognize with a name and the red cap will be given to you. Mr. Ibe, however, frowned at a condition where people of doubtful character now wore the Igbo cap and showed themselves as chiefs, or as even they got chieftaincy titles through fake means. Character now wore the Igbo cap and showed themselves as chiefs, or as even they got chieftaincy titles through fake means. To reside, if you are doing things that impact on the people's life or living an illustrative living, you will recognize with a name and the red cap will be given to you. Mr. Ibe, however, frowned at a condition where people of doubtful character now wore the Igbo cap and Mr. Ibe, however, frowned at a condition where people of doubtful character now wore the Igbo cap and showed themselves as chiefs, or as even they got chieftaincy titles through fake means. Mr. Ibe, however, frowned at a condition where people of doubtful character now wore the Igbo cap and showed themselves as chiefs, or as even they got chieftaincy titles through fake means. Mr. Ibe, however, frowned at a condition where people of doubtful character now wore the Igbo cap and showed themselves as chiefs, or as even they got chieftaincy titles through fake means. He said that Igbos who were not living in Igbo land were also monitored by the Igbo customary institutions that were represented in the communities where they resided. He added that the monitoring practice was carried out with an outlook to making recommendations on those who merited to put on the red cap. Mr. Ibe reiterated that it was offensive for people to put on the red cap indiscriminately, describing those who flouted the cultural norms as people with no reason of value, on those who merited to put on the red cap. Mr. Ibe reiterated that it was offensive for people to put on the red cap indiscriminately, describing those who flouted the cultural norms as people with no reason of value. That it was offensive for people to put on the red cap indiscriminately, describing those who flouted the cultural norms as people with no reason of value. Ibe reiterated that it was offensive for people to put on the red cap indiscriminately, describing those who flouted the cultural norms as people with no reason of value. Ibe reiterated that it was offensive for people to put on the red cap indiscriminately, describing those who flouted the cultural norms as people with no reason of value. It is lamentable that these days many fake people get Igbo caps title through the back door. Ibe reiterated that it was offensive for people to put on the red cap indiscriminately, describing those who flouted the cultural norms as people with no reason of value. It is lamentable that these days many fake people get Igbo caps title through the back door, and some even put on the cap without receiving it traditionally from anybody. It is lamentable that these days many fake people get Igbo caps title through the back door, and some even put on the cap without receiving it traditionally from anybody. And as such, people show themselves as titled men and chiefs. Sometimes even those men who are not recognized in Igbo land at all or by their own communities still wear Igbo cap, but on their own volition. However, this is a total taboo. Own communities still wear Igbo cap, but on their own volition. However, this is a total taboo. Sometimes even those men who are not recognized in Igbo land at all or by their own communities still wear Igbo cap, but on their own volition. However, this is a total taboo. He added that the monitoring practice was carried out with an outlook to making recommendations on those who merited to put on the red cap.
Everybody Nigerian. And when I go to Ethiopia, I'm Ethiopian. And when I'm in Jamaica, I'm Jamaican.
Damn
when
right.
I'm in motherfucking Bahamas,
Now, when I go to Ethiopia, I'm still a Jamaican Nigerian.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna be wherever I'm at.
Most definitely.
Catch me in Rome.
You can't be in Europe. No, be Roman.
I'm shit.
You can't be the Romans.
Shit, I'm
the reason why we are here, man.
Original Romans, you know.
You can't be the Romans.
The real ones.
Probably the real ones.
The real ones, you know. The one.
Right.
This is my favorite place.
I'm telling you, they're gonna be like this. I saw you 85 South. That was good. That was a good episode. I saw the whole thing.
They love us over there, man.
I watched the whole thing.
We popping, we taking over in Africa. Even the people who ain't watching it, they talking about this shit.
Yeah, man. So that's pretty much
Shout out to the whole Africa. The whole,
you know.
Cause motherfucker really bigger than what they show on the map.
That's why I said the whole Africa. And even the little islands off the coast.
You know what the original name of Africa is?
You better tell me if you know. What?
Kebulon is the original name. Africa's named after a Roman emperor.
Say it slow.
Africanus.
What they show on the map.
That's why I said the whole Africa. And even the little islands off the coast.
You know what the original name of Africa is?
You better tell me if you know.
Kebulon.
What?
Kebulon is the original name. Africa's named after a Roman emperor.
Interesting. That's rather interesting. That is so interesting that we need to go check. We just need to go check. Just to be sure. Just to be sure. Because
this time on page 75, where we find the definition for Africa.
Let's just check this. Al-Kebulon, right? That's what Nigerian comedy guys said, right? Godfrey. Nigerian guy. Telling you, well, Africa, that's a fiction. Don't forget, I'm from over there. The real name of Africa is Alkebulan. Right? Remember, and his dad went to school and taught for 40 years and all this. So, you know. What do you know about Alkebulan? Let's just see what Alkebulan is. Oh yeah, this is Dr. Ben, by the way. Moorish PhD. Letting you know. Doctorate. You name it, got it. Alkebulan. Ancient name of Africa by the Moors and Ethiopians. Africa's, so hold on, so if over there's Alkebulan, because that's not the name, and all that stuff. Where's Africa? Where's that? How about that's over here? That's why there's Egypt here. That's why there's a Nile River called the Mississippi here. And then there's pyramids along the Nile River. No, you're not gonna go with it. So the pyramids in the Grand Canyon. You're not gonna pyramids in Mexico, Yucatan, and all that stuff. You're not gonna go with over here's Africa. I thought because you can't call over there Africa. And if there's something called Africa, and it's not Australia, and it's not Asia, you have any other options? Why do you think you could do your research and they found piece of Africa under America? Because Africa's America. Over there is Alkebulan. They played you. Over there isn't Africa. That's Alkebulan. No, it wasn't. Dr. Ben said that it was. Don't debate Moors. Don't debate Moors. Right? And he told you, Africa, a Greek and Roman name. Didn't your boy Godfrey just tell you that Africa's? Remember, he's from over there. Right? He's Nigerian. So if he's Nigerian, and he's telling you that over there is not called Africa, it's called Alkebulan. And then we check Dr. Ben's glossary and his book that he got a PhD and all that stuff. And that says that Alkebulan was named by the Moors and the Ethiopians. And then Drew Ali said that we're not Negro, black, colored Ethiopians. So if Prof said we're not Ethiopians, just scratch that off the list. Just scratch that off the list with the marker or the chalk or something like that. And scratch that off the list. And whatever's left, that's what we gotta go with. But what's left? Oh, Moors. Ancient name of Africa by Moors. Because remember, the other scholar told you that Bantu and Ethiopian and the Moors are linked. They are linked. You still gonna play games that you're not? We're still gonna play around. You still don't get it? This is how far they should have went with it. Not just mention, honorable mention. Oh yeah, Africa's called Alkebulan. Those Negroes aren't gonna go research anything. That's why we have to do it. Negroes gonna research something. Ew, Alkebulan went over their head like a hoodie. Missed it. It's all right though. It's okay. It's okay. We're doing our best. You know. Like certain Moors say, cook 'em. Just put them in the air fryer. Air fryer. Air fryer for them. Oh yeah, I forgot something too. I forgot something back here. Let's just do this quick fast. Let's get this out of the way.
Right. Hey, the Caribbean. You know what time it is. Yeah. You found out you was,
Yeah. This is Black History Month.
Ever since, man. I know they took you in with open arms.
Listen,
right?
I can't wait till this virus shit come and get the fuck on so I can really go touch my people.
Where you going?
I'm going down to Jamaica.
For real?
Yeah.
You found out you in Jamaica.
Kingston. I've never been.
Clarendon.
You Jamaican?
Clarendon, see through my blood. Some nigga down there, we got the same bloodline.
Bless up.
Yes, sir. There's a nigga down there look just like me. We be looking at each other like,
Run fast as shit.
boy, you look just like me, man.
Oxtail, you want oxtail?
Yes.
Bomber clap, beans and rice. Rice and peas. Rice and peas. You help me out. Blood clot out of Babylon. Better kill them, chop them, make them dead them.
Yeah.
No blood clot.
Suck your mother.
Suck your mother. Pussy water. Pussy water. Slice her throat. All the way. Jamaica, Kingston.
Nigga go.
That's my nigga.
That nigga go.
We gotta love Jamaicans though, bro. You remember when them niggas came up in Ox House? On Belly?
Oh, you want to rock with me?
First thing that nigga said, who want to test me?
Come on.
I done murder before. Come on, test me.
Ash on the place. What you say?
Blacks done the bomber clad place.
Ash on the place. What you say?
Blacks done the bomber.
These are the Moors who just lived their life and got to bump into Louis Rankin. It got a little something for us.
Clad place.
Ash on the place. What you say?
Blacks done the bomber clad.
You can't make this up. That was for right now. Oh my gosh, you can't make this up. That was for right now. Yo. Oh my gosh.
I can't keep up with that. Now they want to be Ezekians and it's too much. Listen, why don't we just keep it simple and call them what they really are? Niggers. It's goddamn. Not
Where you going, Cracker?
Something special about those steps? The higher you sit, the more status you got. So we kind of play king of the mountain. Except here we don't play for fun, man. And you're king. Yeah. Well, I figure there's two reasons why you didn't sit down on my step. Either you're too scared, or you just hate niggers. Now, which is it, boy? You too scared? just hate niggers. Now, which is it, boy? You too scared? Hmm? I just hate niggers.
Slavery.
The white man called us niggas. Yes.
Yes.
Slavery, they call us niggas. And
Yes.
you know that.
Yes, I know this.
So why are you calling us niggas?
Only because of rap song.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay.
It's my culture of my age.
So rap. So we're gonna have to deal with this rap thing, right?
I mean, look, I will slap the shit out of somebody for Gwyneth Paltrow. She's the homie. She's cool. If Gwyneth gets a pass, yo, real people get a pass, man. We know what this shit is. Like, we don't interrupt Italians when they say "wop" to each other. We don't interrupt that. They're gonna punch you in your mouth if you interrupt them. Don't interrupt us. And we pick and choose. Some of us will get more angry about it, you know, than others, you know. But, you know, some people get a pass, and that's just how I'm on it. The people who I know is cool and real niggas, Gwyneth Paltrow's a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, that's my homie. Shout out to Gwyneth. You know what I'm saying? So, some people, it gets a pass.
Star, remember what I asked you about what you thought about white people using the N-word? Yeah.
This is one of the videos. This is one of the videos that made Vlad snitch on us on YouTube and get us freaking try and get us shut down or whatever because of this video right here.
Do you remember what your response was?
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Why is that?
The N-word, nigger or nigga. Nigga is hip-hop. It's a common term. My homie, B Nasty, and a host of others, in my opinion, have the right to spit the N-word, nigga. Nigger is something different. It's something different. I was told to shut the fuck up once upon a time by the hip-hop generation when I challenged Jennifer Lopez when she had a song. I told them niggas mind their business. They don't hear me though. I sat down with Angie Martinez and called her a spick in her face, radio host from Hot 97. My homie Fat Joe called him a spick in his face to see if certain waters could be tested. It's a different word. I had to learn that it's a different word, and that's my opinion.
It is a word that evokes many emotions in people. It's a derogatory racial remark that has divided people for many years.
And a Jefferson County high school teacher has now received the longest suspension on record for calling a student the N-word. WHAS 11's defender Renee Murphy investigates what happened and why in this story you'll only see on 11.
Valley Traditional High School is in the middle of a racial controversy right now. A teacher used the N-word towards a student. The word is only 6 letters long, but the impact is far-reaching. And we do want to warn you that some of the language in this story is strong, and it may offend you, it may offend some other people. But since the story is not just about the N-word, it's also about the teacher's intent and definition of the word, we have decided to leave it in the story for you to decide.
And what did he say specifically to you?
Sit down, nigga.
Keyshawn Chavers is a freshman at Valley High School, a Boy Scout, a football player, a member of the ROTC, an honor roll student. He was hanging around his teacher's classroom door in December. The teacher told him to sit down, and the teacher says that Keyshawn used the N-word first.
And I just kind of was stunned a second. Well, then get away from the door, nigga. And I repeated the same insult because that's sort of what I've been trained to do.
The school district says that is not what they trained English teacher Paul Dawson to do.
He tried to say I said it,
and I didn't say it, and no one else in the class knows that I said it because I didn't.
Documents from the school investigation show that several of the students interviewed from Valley did not hear Keyshawn say the N-word first. Dawson says that students use the slang version of the N-word at Valley High School all the time. He says Nigger is a racial slur, but says that students use Nigga as often as they'd say dude or hey man. And Dawson says as much as he does not like the word, he still used the slang version to feel more comfortable with black students.
Why is this word used so frequently? So I just don't understand it, and I'm trying to understand it. I need help. Yes, I use nigga. I've used it. I admit it. I put the H on it to emphasize it's nigga. Yeah, you know, nigga this, nigga please, nigga. You know, can you lend a nigga a pencil?
What kind of example are you setting for your students if you use a word that you don't want them to use?
Upon reflection, that's not good.
Dawson was suspended for 10 days without pay from January 9th to January 23rd, and he has to go to diversity training. He says that he's learned from this experience and hopes that others think twice before using
nigga. You know, nigga this, nigga please, nigga. You know, can you lend a nigga a pencil?
What kind of example are you setting for your students if you use a word that you don't want them to use?
Upon reflection, that's not good.
Dawson was suspended for 10 days without pay from January 9th to January 23rd, and he has to go to diversity training. He says that he's learned from this experience and hopes that others think twice before using the N-word.
I will never say any form of nigga. I'm cured of that.
And that's
Slavery.
what the white man called us, niggas. Yes.
Yes.
Slavery, they call us niggas. And
Yes.
you know that.
Yes, I know this.
Yeah. So why are you calling us niggas?
Only because of rap song.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay.
It's my culture of my age.
So rap. So we're gonna have to deal with this rap thing, right?
I mean, you know, I'm not one who's hung up on a lot of words or whatever. Just like you said, there's the nigga and there's the nigger. It seems like the is usually said with an energy of more hatred. You know what I mean? Whereas the nigga, a lot of times it's some slang shit, and you know, like I live in Staten Island, so
you on Shaolin?
Yeah, so I see a lot of these young white boys calling their own selves niggas.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Not
The fucking Puerto Ricans use nigga more than the goddamn blacks.
Yeah, so it's...
And they're niggas with straight hair. That's all.
We got white niggas, we got black niggas, we got Chinese niggas, we got Spanish niggas. You understand what I'm saying? We got different niggas, but when you say nigger, when you hear a white person say, you fucking nigger, see, that's different right there. You see? That's a bomb, that's the energy of hatred.
So if a white hip hop kid came up to you, what up, Joe, on my N-word, you know?
I mean, I'm not really feeling that, but at the same time, it's not like I'm gonna necessarily want to beat his ass for that.
Vlad, you on my nigga and I'm your nigga, yes? Pardon me, nigga. Vlad, you on my nigga and I'm your nigga, yes?
I just don't even use that word.
What?
I don't. That word don't go in my vocabulary.
Fuck out of here, Vlad.
It doesn't.
Hey,
you never heard me say it? Ellis, you heard me say it?
My nigga Vlad, who wears the flyest Gucci shit out. He's got fucking man purses. He's got sneakers. He got fucking Gucci belts. This is my nigga right here. And I'm your nigga.
Yeah, but I don't, again, there's certain lines that when you come into this hip hop shit as a guest, you might not want to cross. So you don't know how the average person is going to feel about you as a white person saying the word nigga. So you might just want to leave that alone.
Well, I remember V Nasty. We went real hard on that whole story.
Love V Nasty.
And V Nasty came and interviewed with us. I think like earlier this year, maybe late last year, something like that. For the first time. And number one, when she came in, the first thing I realized was, like, this isn't an act. Like, she really...
Be nasty is a white nigga.
Like, be nasty, what she said, which was kind of interesting, which kind of put it in a perspective from me, was she said before creation blew up and everything, she had never been out of East Oakland. Literally. She had never been out of East Oakland.
You and I have already discussed that, but Be Nasty is official. Come on, man.
No, but, you know, Jamar wasn't in the conversation.
Oh, you know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I heard rumblings about that. I don't really know too much about that whole thing. Listen, I know people. I know white boys that grew up in the hood. You know,
I think white boys should be taxed, and white girls if they say nigga or nigger.
Right, and somebody like that, it's like, you know, you walk the walk and all that all your life. It's like that's abnormal, though. You see, that's anecdotal. It's like someone like a V Nasty, what you're talking about, who's never moved from East Oakland. That's very rare. Like, you're not really. Most white people didn't grow up.
Well, I have to disagree with you on that, because you got a lot of white niggas in the South who have never traveled outside of where they were raised, and they're on welfare. There are more white people on welfare in this country than blacks.
Well, that's because there's more white people.
That's right, yeah. So you know, I have no problem with them saying the N-word, but I think they should be taxed.
They should be taxed.
Sure.
Every time they say, like, a cha-ching.
Sure.
Like, pocket.
Exactly, yeah.
So, tell me a little bit more about history. So, you study history. Good.
Yes, I study
Good.
history. We study history in France
and
about
you were very
the
good in
colonialism.
history?
No, very bad.
You were very bad?
Yes, at school I was really bad anyway.
Oh, what's your so what was in school? So have you heard of Champollion? Yo, Reggie.
What? Like,
if you say... Come here, little man. Come here for a minute. Not you. Come on over here. Yo, get the camera. No, come here. You see him? You see who this is?
Yes.
Look, back up for a minute and look at him.
Hello.
Now, do you see him as a nigga? Is he a nigga?
What do you mean?
You said that we are niggas. Now, is he a nigga too?
Why not?
Hey, brother, I got a question for you, man. In light of the Michael Richards controversy, I just want to know, since you said yourself, nigger is different than nigga. I mean, is it all right for white people to use nigga?
It depends on who they with and what's going on.
Like, give me an example.
I'm not gonna tell you. Like,
I'm a white guy.
To go say,
I wouldn't
man,
walk
look
up
at
to
this nigga.
No.
You see what I'm saying? You out there, they'll punch you in your head.
Fuck that.
You'll have an altercation based on you saying that.
Right.
If you was like in the basic play like this, Eminem has never used the word nigger or nigga around me. He's conscious of it, but you gotta think he's hip hop all day, listening to references that where we say this so much,
right?
That if he said it, it would roll off like he didn't say.
Should Eminem be allowed to use the word nigga in his music?
Around me, he say whatever he wants.
He can
But
say
I'm
it.
just saying to you, he doesn't do it. He's conscious of it. He doesn't say it.
I don't think it comes off well when a white guy goes up to a black guy, even in best of terms.
Listen,
he goes,
in my
"Hey,
neighborhood,
nigga."
if you, look, there's white guys that were born in my neighborhood,
right?
And they say, "What's up, nigga? What you doing?"
They do.
When they see you,
Do
and
you
you
shoot
don't
him?
feel, no, you don't
Do
feel,
you shoot him?
because he's from the same space.
You take out your Glock and shoot
You
him?
grew up with him. Somebody like he'd be like,
him upside his head.
Listen to you trying to get ghetto.
I'm trying to.
There's
Relate.
people, there's people when they from it, they don't subject them to the same thing because they're actually from.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I thought you would beat a
Same
brother's
environment.
ass if he used the N-word and he was white.
Nah. Sometimes if they actually from there and they're around them, because it grew up this guy named Light in my neighborhood.
Let's say you, a bunch of guys and a white guy all standing around, everyone's making jokes, and one of the black guys is really funny. You go, man, nigga, you crazy. And then he would still get an ass beating.
Nah,
he would get an ass beating.
No, there's context, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
If you are a part of a group, then you might be able to use
They're
it.
gonna know if you're using it in derogatory sense.
Is
So
this
you said-
dangerous advice you're giving in a way? Because now this gentleman's going to go out and test the waters to see if he can
well,
use
don't
the
be going up to somebody saying, "Yo, what's up, my nigga?" Because 50 said,
"Right,
it's cool."
Right.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it that she don't know what nigga means. I'm not buying it. I don't give a damn. I'm not buying it because you in France, and if you call our brothers niggas in France, they're gonna check you. So I'm not buying it.
I never called someone a nigger.
Right, but you just called us a nigga. And you said that I asked you what is a nigga, and you said you out here. So I'm not buying it. You're a slick devil. You are just like the mother and your father. You are a liar, and I'm not going for it.